Hello, I am back today with UberChic Beauty Collection 18. So this is 1801. This collection has all of the awesome things that you have come to expect from UberChic. So let's jump right in here with 1801. I love how with these circles they're broken up a little bit and it gives it almost like a tire look or a look from like a porthole from a ship. So I would use that like with nautical manicures because it makes me think of that. I love this here with the little, with all of the little squares, and I always try to remind you to look between the different plates in a collection for matches, but on this one I also, because I've just been looking at collection 16 and 17 so recently, as soon as I saw this collection there were some designs that just jumped out at me that I was like, oh, that would be such an amazing match. Okay, so here is one design that I think would be a great match, and this is from 1603 along with the other associated one down there. And then from collection 17 there are all these ones like this that are all the different sizes that I think are just awesome matches with that. And that's one of the cool things about you know, any designer having plates from different designers is a designer tends to have their own style. So then from collection to collection, even from plate to plate, you can get different mixes and matches. So look out for that. One of the sort of flourishy ones that I love, and I love that this one is negative space so you can let that beautiful polish shine through. I love this with this. To me it looks sort of like a lacy DNA helix, so you could play around with that. It's just a pretty pattern of its own too, but I love how it has that aspect. Just a beautiful leafy look for any kind of brocade feel that you want that lets the hollow or the glitter shine through. Love this like little teardrops or little leaves, little flower petals. And this was another one that the instant I saw that, I thought, oh wow, that would make a cool mani with this here. And I just love how those go together. So you can mix and match and play around with that, and I think that's kind of cool. A beautiful little pattern here with these flowers that look almost like lily pads. I like that kind of look to them. And then you've got some just like plain old classic daisies, and you've got your little mixer one here to go along with it. And this is like this but kind of flipped, not exactly, it's also centered a little bit differently, so you can get, like, you can see this flower here and this flower here are sort of mirror images of each other, so you can play around with that. I love the intersections of the circles and the scribbles here. I think that makes a really interesting design, so you can do something intricate and lacy without having to do too many kind of advanced techniques. I love this with the little triangles that create the chevrons, so you've got this classic Victorian-y sort of design that makes these beautiful chevrons. I think that's really cool. My favorite image in the entire collection is this. It's like daffodils meets sci-fi, and then had babies with a spirograph, and this is what you get, and it's just so cool and fun. And you can get like the little designs, or you could, you know, you could get that covering an entire nail, or you could focus on the stuff in between the designs. So whenever she gives you a free edge like that, definitely take advantage of that. This kind of Celtic knot, almost Art Nouveau feel. The lines that are going to show through here are your base polish. I love this, like a really stylized kind of chrysanthemum or something. It's very, very cool. And then you've got all your little flowers up here to match. So this one matches this one. You've got a kind of a cabbage rose here that goes with your negative space cabbage rose. You've got this little layered, almost like a water marble kind of pattern on it. Daisy, and then just a plain sort of daisy. This reminds me for some reason of the word for Om, the Sanskrit word for Om. So there's something about that design that reminds me of that, and I think that's pretty cool. But of course the coolest thing about this is it's a layering image, so these little hearts here are meant to go in these little circles, so you can play around with different colors there. And then we've got a negative space image that you can mix and match with these bigger ones as well. And I love this, that's like a plaid, but like a wavy plaid, and I have never seen anything like that before, any image like that before. And I think that one would be kind of fun to play around with. This one is from UberChic 1602. So look around at those. And this right here looks like little miniature film strips to me. So it could look like a brick wall. You could just play around with the squares. But it reminds me of that like little film strip. So if you were doing kind of some sort of cinematic Oscar theme mani or something, you could play around with that. And then we have 1802. And I love these, like, it's like scribble hexagon circles. Like there's something about the way the scribbles go in there, make it give you kind of like this vague feeling of octagons. It's really cool. And then of course she's got this closer up. And then we've got this cute little diamond there. That would be cute to have coming off your half moon. We have an infinity image that is more of a brocade, and I love the look to this rose. It's got almost like a Renaissance feel to it, and of course negative space, so your pretty polishes shine through. You've got your isolated ones to match here, your isolated here. Oh, that would be really cute, like coming off the half moon as well. Check that out. And you've got that matches there. I love the complexity of this. So it's not just like little squares, but then there's the stripes behind and how they interplay with each other. So you could go in and, you know, put different colors. You could put like red in the center of each of these squares and have just one line of these come down and leave everything else like black and white. Or you could play around with rainbow different pastels going across this. So she gives you a little bit of complexity here in the design, and then you can play around with that. And then of course over here you've got, you know, pretty much scribbly chevrons. So if you're looking for something a little bit more simple, I love this. It's like doodle lines or doodle borders, or this is like hand sewn embroidered borders. And then you got the farther away and the closer up. And that little raccoon guy is just adorable. And this arrow better not hit him because he's adorable. So he's going to stop with his little magic raccoon paw and say no arrow. But I do love the arrows though. And I love this design. Arrows are kind of like the thing right now. So that's fun to be able to play around with that. I love any design that has diamonds in it. You know, I always talk about that. So you can play around with diamond glitters here very easily and get some really cool effects. This just does all kinds of visual effect things with the triangle there. I love that. And then you've got this design here with the flowers and the circles, and this one over here that's slightly smaller in terms of scale. And then I love how here with this one, first thing I want to say about this is this would make a gorgeous ornament at Christmas time. So if you celebrate Christmas and you're doing some sort of like holiday manicure, that would be really adorable. But then I love that she gives you the full nail image to go along with it. And then she gives you the vertical and she gives you the horizontal, because notice like if you were trying to stamp this horizontally across your nails, you'd really only be able to get one full one and then the two little halves. Where if you use this image, you get two full there, so you can really bring out that design. So I like that she gives you that option. I love this for a layering image. So you've got, you know, stamp this in light pink and then stamp over it in dark pink, and then of course it goes along with this. So you could stamp this over all your nails in one shade of pink, and then just on your accent nail stamp this on top and then that on top of that to get that pop of the extra layer of flower there. And this almost looks like somebody's peeling up through foil or something. It's really cool. And then there's the isolated one with that. And you could play around with rhinestones or glitters in there if you wanted to. And I love the way that these kind of that chevron look goes along with these arrows too. And then a little, just some fun scroll. And I love anything like this just coming out of my half moon. I think it's just really beautiful. And then there's some mosaic. So here we go in 1803, and this is kind of like what I in my own brain think of as a bubble mum, but also keep in mind how cute would that be with this on other nails, like the petals are kind of going off in their own direction. This is, it's like a tropical flower, but then it's got these bubbles as a design element, so it's not quite a henna look. And it's not quite, it's not quite paisley. I don't know what it is, so it's a little bit different. And I just love the way that those circles play. I guess it's like hand stitching. It's gorgeous. And this has a really intricate, pretty flower, but it's really going to let that base polish shine through because there's so much open space to it. This I love with this. This is a classic kind of Art Deco design that you've seen a million times, but she's given it an optical illusion feel, and then she's layered it in over itself, and she's turned it into chevrons here for you, and she's got like a little line of fans there for you. Love it. We've got layering images here, so these could be bees. I think they're meant to be bees, so you could like stamp this in yellow and the little wings in silver, for example. You could turn it into ladybugs if you wanted to, and stamp it in red, and even put like a couple of little dots or something if you wanted to. I mean, nobody says you can make them any kind of bug you want, really. It's up to you. And then you've got the little isolated one here, and waves if you like waves. You've got your vertical, you've got your horizontal. Just a basic, whenever I see a checkerboard like this, to me it's like a trellis. You could easily build like flowers and leaves over this. You could stamp like this in a corner and have the butterfly going up to it. Gorgeous. And then this gorgeous mosaic feel that I think could go very well. You could mix and match with this and get a really cool feel to that. Love this layering image for the butterfly here, and that the butterfly goes beautifully with this. There's something about this that kind of reminds me of this one up here, so you could mix and match with those little kind of dots to it. Again, use that free edge, because you've got beautiful things that can be happening coming up here off your nail. Just gorgeous. Same thing like with this. So how cool would that be for a French tip there? Or even like a French tip like that. That's really gorgeous. Some little flowery scribbles here. And this is another one that, like, the instant I saw it, I instantly thought of from plate 1702. I instantly thought of these right here. And I think that could be a very cool mix and match, so you get a slightly different feel, but the same general kind of thing going on. I love the look of this because I think you could easily like layer this over this. You could put flowers over this. So play around. To me, that these look like twigs that need things on them, but they're also just really, you know, a gorgeous graphic design just as it is. This has sort of a quilting feel to it, and then this is an up close, like look at one of the squares. I love this design. It's almost like medallions. It's gorgeous. And then, of course, we've got the vertical version of that. And this is like a little maze. I love, it's just so graphic and it's got depth. And this would be great for texture, too. So would this one, actually. Really great for texture behind other things. Okay, so let me give you just a quick little review and recap. If you just want to see the plates really quickly, there is 1801. And here is 1802. Love the whimsical and the geometrics on this one. So cool. And then here is 1803. And I adore that Art Deco image. And there you go. So the full nail images on the UberChic plates are 17 millimeters by 21 millimeters. And just to give you a feel for the other images that are other sizes on that, that's 1803, 1802 there, 1803. And I think that there are a lot of fun summary designs on here, so I'm really going to be looking forward to playing around with fun, bright summary colors on this. I think that this would look good over just about anything in like silver or white, or, you know, playing around with tone on tone. And a lot of the flower images on here I think are going to be great with different colored flowers over any kind of color background that you want. And any kind of outfit that you want to rock, you know, you could do any color combination with a design like this. So, all right, for my stamping test, I'm going to use Sally Hansen Insta-Dry in Plummet, and I'm going to use my XL clear stamper. Great image, beautiful transfer, gorgeous, excellent transfer, gorgeous pickup of those nice bold lines, beautiful transfer. Oh man, so gorgeous. It's beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's do 802. Gorgeous with those little fine lines. Very nice. Oh, gorgeous result with that negative space image. Oh, I want to do a manicure with that instantly. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Amazing transfer. 1803. So beautiful. Ah, look at that transfer. Gorgeous with those fine lines. I had it fold over a little bit on itself because of how I pulled up my stamper, but otherwise you can see transfer. Gorgeous. Gorgeous little bees. So there's layer 1. And for layer 2, I will use Messy Mansion sterling. Good pickup. And oh my gosh, how cute is that? Oh my gosh. Adorable. So again, great top-notch quality here with the UberChic plates. Thin lines, thick lines with the clear stamper. You're gonna get great images. So I will link everything down below, and thanks for watching. Where is it? I can't find it. Oh where has my image gone? Oh where can it be?